From Lucid Hall on the campus of Gloucester Catholic High School in Gloucester City, New Jersey, Comcast Sports presents girls high school basketball. Tonight, the Gloucester Catholic Rams host the Glassboro Bulldogs. Hello again, everyone. Rob Christ along with my partner, Sean Leary. A cold winter evening outside. Some red-hot basketball action tonight in a diamond dandy between two Tri-County Diamond Division foes, Glassboro and Gloucester Catholic. These two teams met up at the beginning of the year. It was all Glassboro. Gloucester hopes to bounce back and really need to do so with a tough schedule ahead.
Well, they shot so poorly in that last game. The only way is up. I mean, they just could not find a basket. You expect this game to be a little bit closer. Playing Gloucester Catholic a second time and allowing Lisa Angelotti Gadaka to take a look at your team for the second time, teach your kids how to play, is always a mismatch. She's always going to get that leg up on you. A terrific coach.
For Glassboro, Shamira Rothmiller leads the way. She's just about 100 points shy of the 1,000-point mark. They're going to need to shut her down.
Yeah, she's a beast in the paint. She does an excellent job, but she also can shoot a soft jumper, a shot put state champion. She is an outstanding athlete.
For Gloucester Catholic, Chelsea Azeri missed the first game against this Glassboro team. Her presence was missed. They're going to need a strong game in the paint.
Yeah, they really don't have that inside presence without her in the lineup. They are a jump shooting team that likes to play around the perimeter, but that gives her a little balance. You know, that gives Lisa something to play with on the inside, and she's got good low post moves, and she defends well.
Well, stick around. We'll have the tip for you right after this.
And we're back here at Gloucester Catholic. The starting lineups for the visiting Bulldogs. Glassboro will have that three-guard attack with Ashley and Natira Willis, Stephanie Gardner, the other guard, Kendra Garrison, and Shamira Rothmiller, the two forwards for Gloucester Catholic. The point is Kerry Corrado, Megan Shaughnessy, transfer from Clearview, Loeffler, Navone. The two forwards in Chelsea Azari, the center for the 6-4 Rams. Welcome, Rob, to our game. It was a quick transition. We went right from the open right to starting lineups, the national anthem. Didn't get a chance to really settle in.
No. It's always great to be here at Gloucester Catholic. Of course, We were here last week and saw a real barn burner. Camden Catholic escaping with a triple overtime victory over the Gloucester Catholic Rams. And always a lot of intensity and a tremendous work ethic, typically within this Gloucester Catholic basketball program, be it the boys or the girls.
Well, looking at that game that we just had, that triple overtime game, it was two teams with really the same style of basketball, where they're going to work the ball around. Excellent fundamentals on display on Saturday. This game is a little different, where Gloucester Catholics is still that same type of team. Will try to look and move the ball around the perimeter. Great off-the-ball movement. Glassboro is a team that can push it, though, and really likes to get that up-tempo game. Terrific athletes, contrasting styles. Glassboro, headed by Rich Wisniewski, 8-2 this season. The Glassboro Bulldogs back where they should be, among the top teams in South Jersey, especially in the sectional playoffs, which is nearing that cutoff date. 8-2 is a nice mark at this point of the season.
Well, you mentioned the cutoff, and that is a concern of this Gloucester Catholic team, as they have really loaded up on some tough opponents. We'll talk a little bit more about that as the game evolves. Underway here, Glassboro wins the tip, and Gloucester Catholic defending in their home white with crimson and gold. Conversely, black of Glassboro. There you see Lisa Gadaka, 6-4 this season, has had a storied career here at Gloucester Catholic. Of course, a fine Division I player in her own right. And Gloucester Catholic again has it taken away, so still no shot registered from either team. Glassboro, three-point attempt, long, easily rebounded by the Rams, Kristen Loeffler.
A little too much muscle on that shot. It was above the rim. Now, good drive.
Inside layup, and Corrado finishes with the deuce.
Corrado's got good footwork as a senior. She's going to need to have a nice game if Glassboro wants to continue to improve. They're going to have to watch her. Glassboro with that 46-33 victory against Clayton in its last game.
Inside rebound, and again, here's Corrado. She'll quickly push as she dishes to Loeffler. Inside the paint, and Gloucester Catholic will pull it out and quickly attempt the three, and it's good. Megan Shaughnessy.
Yeah, Shaughnessy with a nice left-handed shot. Now they need Shaughnessy to shoot well. I mean, she's the type of kid that can light it up from the outside, but they really need her and Loeffler to hit some outside shots. And those two players really can be hot, and when they're hot, when they're on, they're going to score some points. When they're off, though, this team can really struggle when it's offense. They need to be able to hit the outside shots. The perimeter game so essential for the style of offense at least that Gadaka likes to put in her system. And these kids run it pretty well.
Catholic continues to swing the basketball, working against this man-to-man defense of the Bulldogs. 5-0 run to start things here for the Bulldogs. Inside pass and a foul committed. That'll send Azeri to the line. We talked at the top about Azeri.
That was a nice pass, looking right into Azeri. They probably want to get her into the game, get that inside game working for them, then they can move the ball and push it to the outside, allow Rothmiller and some of those athletes to collapse.
First attempt no good from the senior center.
Catholic really happy to have Azari back in the lineup. Again, given that presence inside, something they sorely lacked.
Well, 2 missed foul shots. Of course, we mentioned we were here last week with Catholic facing Camden Catholic, and we saw some foul shooting that really came back to bite this Gloucester Catholic boys basketball team.
That was some poor free throw shooting on Saturday. It would be admitted by both squads.
Inbound pass, little turnaround in the paint, gets the roll. That's good. First 2 points on the evening. That's Shamira Rothmiller.
Rothmiller is such a good kid. I've gotten to know her through her time spent with me, some of the Clay Awards and some of the stuff we've done here in Gloucester County. And just a terrific young lady, an outstanding athlete. She's so strong, but yet she has that soft touch around the basket. She throws a shot put in the discus during the spring season. But her finesse in basketball is sometimes overlooked by her opponents.
Well, that was Garrison with the easy lay-in on the other side. This will be Glassboro basketball. Garrison in the last matchup had 22 points against this Gloucester Catholic team, and she's a player to keep an eye on. Game of runs as Glassboro has made the last 2 baskets and make it 3. Garrison kisses the glass, 6-5, so Catholic off to a 5-0 run, and now Glassboro returns the favor with a 6-0 run.
Set up by the SOP, Stephanie Gardner, nice look inside. Shaughnessy, another shot from the outside. Again, she's going to need to at least shoot halfway decent for Gloucester Catholic to remain in the game. This is a team that needs that outside shot to fall.
And it's good. Azeri answers with the deuce. She has 2, 7-6. Rams looking to penetrate, knocked out of bounds, and this will stay here.
And Rob, why do we say that? I mean, people who aren't sure, just Glassboro is going to be able to beat them with team speed. They're going to be able to get to a couple of loose balls. They're going to be able to get a couple steals off the speed. They're going to be able to break down a defender and get to the basket a little easier than what Gloucester Catholic will. Conversely, Gloucester Catholic won't be able to find it as easy to drive to the basket. That's why it's so important for them to hit the outside shot to remain in the game.
3 is no good from Willis. And here comes Gloucester Catholic across the timeline. 3:45 remain in this first quarter. Rob Christ along with Sean Leary bringing you high school girls basketball. A great matchup tonight. 2 Diamond Division foes. Glassboro won the first meeting by 13. Gloucester Catholic needing 2 more victories to assure themselves a playoff date. Off the paint, in and out. Here come the Bulldogs. Kicked out to the wing. And now looking to penetrate. Pull-up jump shot. Too strong. Rebound. It's Corrado.
Well, we've been joking with our Comcast crew that we got to start telling coaches, prepare for overtime, prepare for some crazy heroics. Probably all the papers will be calling you when you get back from your game, because we've had some outstanding games at Comcast, including recently the Collingswood upsetting Paulsboro. Congratulations goes out to Collingswood to knock Paulsboro off that 37-year streak. 307 consecutive wins inside the Colonial Conference for the Paulsboro Red Raiders, the wrestling squad headed by Paul Marino. Just an outstanding program. And congratulations to them, too. Everyone says, congratulations to Collingswood. How about the Paulsboro to put something like that together?
It boggles the mind. 36 years.
36 years, that's right. Since 1971, that streak lasted for that long.
It's ironic because you were 36 years ago.
Yeah, that's right. I'm 72.
Inside layup. And it's good. It falls. That's Ashley Willis with her first basket.
Look extremely well for my age.
Well, that's your opinion.
72, come on. You got to give me at least 72. Now, 30.
You don't have much gray for your age. I'll give you that.
Just a little patch around the beard. Who doesn't have a patch?
That started in your 60s, if I'm not mistaken. Laid up and in. And that's a Loeffler. 11-8. Gloucester Catholic. Ralph Miller will look to penetrate. Instead, she'll turn it over. You had a nice game the other night, the Clayton-Cumberland thriller.
Oh, yeah, man. How can you forget about that one? Last second shot put up by Clayton, which looked like it really was supposed to go into overtime. It didn't appear that Clayton got that shot off in time with David Fowles.
Well, you obviously didn't tell the referees that Comcast was present and we always do overtime games.
Yeah, they didn't get the memo.
Layup too strong, and this will be Glassboro basketball. An easy lay-in missed by Loeffler there. And one of the things that Coach Gadaka talked about is we really need to shoot much better. We missed a lot of easy shots in our first matchup against Glassboro. And unfortunately for Gadaka right now, the storyline is not changing. Some easy lay-ins missed. You see field goals, the Rams shooting 50%, but some of those 5 misses, easy ones.
Something that you're not accustomed to seeing with the Gloucester Catholic team. All the fundamentals.
And Garrison, so tough inside. Yeah. She has 6.
She's a very gifted basketball player, a sophomore that probably, you look at her skill, her talent, and at her age, she has a real good shot at Division I.
Inside of a minute now, 11-10. Gloucester Catholic on top.
Look at some of the recent basketball players for Glassboro with the Althena Gaines and Rachel Fowler, Sakira Young. Those girls going on to play and further their careers in the game at the college level.
Glassboro will push the basketball, knocked away by Corrado. Vera Willis looking for the foul, was not going to happen. Corrado did a nice job to shut down the driving layup as we are now inside of 25 seconds. And Gloucester Catholic looking to push it inside. They'll turn it over. And this may allow Glassboro to take the lead. A foul committed in the backcourt. This is going to go against Gloucester Catholic's Megan Shaughnessy.
Caitlin Sweeney going to get off the bench, come into the game, and she's a boy. When she gets hot, you talk about some streaky shooters that can put up some points in a hurry. And this is one of the girls that comes off the bench. She's as good as the sixth man as you're going to find in the Tri-County Conference.
Rothmiller pulls her way inside the easy deuce, and inside of 10 seconds, the buzzer shot, no good, and that'll do it. So off of the turnover, Glassboro retakes the lead. We head to break. They lead by 1. Welcome back to Gloucester Catholic High School. 7 minutes remain in the second quarter, and Gloucester Catholic on top 13-12. A few technical difficulties, so we join the game in progress. You missed a lay-in by Chelsea Azari, and that, of course, vaulted Gloucester Catholic back on top. Also a foul on Stephanie Gardner, a charge called, and that's pretty much all you missed as you stepped away. Glassboro continuing to move the basketball and trying to retake the lead. Outside jump shot is good. That's a 3.
Nice shot by Ashley Willis to rise beyond the three-point arc and drain that shot. She has the confidence to be able to take that shot. They moved her from point guard to the shooting position just to get her more looks. Coach Wisniewski thought this team was going to have trouble scoring based on what this team did at the end of last year. Although they played much better, they still thought, scoring with Rothmiller and Willis, that would, kind of be the extent of it. Garrison helping out a little bit, but boy, Gardner and Tira Willis has done a fantastic job in helping on that end of the floor as well as playing good defense.
Nice feed inside by Dominica Navone. Goes for naught as Azari can't cash in. Glassboro with that 2-point edge will look to add to it. Rothmiller dishes. Inside, knocked away, and taken. Navone able to pick the ball up.
See the strength of Rothmiller on 3 occasions already in this first half where she's able to split the double team.
Pass inside, foul committed off of the feed from Navone. She'll head to the free throw line. It will Corrado. She has 2 points. This is her first trip to the stripe. It's kind of interesting because you get a good look at Corrado from our angle, and she's actually a little bit off center when addressing the basket, so a little bit of a different technique from Corrado. Hits on her second attempt. 15-14. The Bulldogs of Glassboro on top. Both teams a part of the Diamond Division in the Tri-County Conference. A very difficult Diamond Division this year.
Yeah, some nice teams. Nice shot. Arcing shot by Gardner, showing her versatility. Not only doing a nice job dishing the ball and giving some assists, but she does have that repertoire of being able to shoot from the outside, hitting a couple three-pointers when Glassboro needs some points.
Nice little step under move by Kinsey. Cuts the Glassboro lead in half. 18-16 with 4:30 left in this first half. And again, another basket by Gardner.
Yeah, I mean, she's one of the most improved players on this team, if not the most improved player. Just the perimeter game has really found itself since the beginning of the year. And, I know Coach Wisniewski knew and liked what he had. But some of these girls have really played, I think, a little bit above his expectations.
Penetration dished outside. Navone up top. Now, again, another dish. 12-footer is short. Rebound, Glassboro. Pull-up jump shot denied. Willis. Long three-point attempt, nothing but glass, and Navone pulls down the rebound. And here come the Rams. Usher with the basketball. She's in to spell Corrado.
Gloucester Catholic team with a little more depth than what Glassboro has. Glassboro will play about 6 or 7 in most games, and Gloucester Catholic go a little bit deeper.
Laid up and in, and a foul. Ashley Willis will head to the free throw line and try to convert the three-point play. Right now, Gloucester Catholic on a bit of a cold spurt shooting the basketball, but frankly, Sean, one of their problems is they're not following their shots.
Yeah, that's what they talked about, is both teams rebounding the basketball, having some type of presence in the paint. They already knew, and both of them spoke really about the other one's inside presence with Ralph Miller and Azarian, what they needed to do to shut them down. But you're right, Gloucester Catholic needs to be able to rebound well, and that's what Coach Wisniewski kind of talking about. They needed to rebound well. Don't allow Gloucester Catholic those second opportunities to see the basket, because they're a shooting team and they can get streaky at times.
And a blocking foul called here, and this is going to go against Tyrell Willis. Under 3 minutes, and Glassboro enjoying their largest lead of the first half, 7-point edge, 23-16. Double teamed, and timeout called by Gadaka and the Rams. .250 remaining. Well, you mentioned Gloucester Catholic has a 6-4 mark. Of course, they started this season facing off against these Bulldogs and then went on a 3-game winning streak. But since then, it's been tough to going, and had a tough time finding their stride. A loss against an excellent Eastern team by 12. Then went on to defeat Overbrook, lost to Cherry Hill East, beat Pennsgrove and Woodstown, and coming off a loss to Sacred Heart. But things aren't going to get much easier for them as they play Bishop Eustis after tonight's game. That will happen on Saturday. And then they get into the meat of their schedule against Gloucester, Overbrook, Cherokee February the 1st, Cumberland, Pennsgrove, and then Williamstown on Valentine's Day, Camden Catholic on the 16th, Morristown, Deptford, Delsey, and then Washington Township. Lisa Gadeka, as you see there addressing her team, has really loaded up on the schedule.
And the Cherokee, that's on the cutoff date. So you take a look at what Glassboro needs to do, and you look at the schedule that's coming up with, again, Bishop Eustis, they have Shalleck, Gloucester's a rivalry, Overbrook's a team that they've already beaten, but Cherokee, that's a tough game that he's looking at that cutoff date on that particular date. Teams need to be 500. For people who don't know what the cutoff is, good look inside.
Some great passing, but again, Usher unable to complete the play, and they have missed so many easy lay-ins in the paint.
Blown opportunities for Gloucester Catholic in this game. They've had a lot of chances at the line, a lot of chances with just being able to lay it up off the glass and not being able to get it done. We'll have a coach pull her hair out, or his hair. But the cutoff date is what you need. You need to be 500 at the time of the cutoff to qualify for the postseason. 500 or better.
And Navone able to pull this rebound down. 2:15 left. Gloucester Catholic trying to chip away at that 7-point edge of the Bulldogs. High post. And now Navone being matched up against Rothmiller. She'll look to penetrate baseline. Does. The C parts. And again, another easy layup missed. They have missed at least 5 layups in the paint. Well, it's hard to win basketball games when you're missing the gimmies.
Page 543.
Yeah, when the gimmies are there, you got to take them.
Gloucester Catholic shooting just 33% from the floor. And again, a large number of those relatively easy shots. Rothmiller using her strength, but unable to complete. Still a 7-point edge, 1:45 left. Knocked away, and the Rams will retain possession.
I think this is a really important possession for Gloucester Catholic, just to gain some type of momentum with 1:40 left and some confidence.
And Inside, tipped away. Bulldogs again. They'll quickly push the basketball, and it's going to be Willis. Willis, no good. Tipped up. Rebound, Azari. Now inside, Azari. She'll kick. Open three-point shot. No good. Rebound, tipped away. And on the floor, foul called. This is going to go against Glassboro's Stephanie Gardner.
Gardner and Kinsey battling for the basketball. A junior and sophomore there hustling for possession. And again, Gloucester Catholic down by 7 points right now. Really important to keep it around 7-5 going into the second half. Not a team that's going to fill up the basket and get a lot of points in the game. So very important to stay within 5 to 7 points.
Nice Harry, quick little baby hook. She has 4 this quarter, 6 on the evening. 5-point edge, and here come the Bulldogs. It looks like they may hold for one shot.
I love what Coach Wisniewski's done with this team, just for this program.
Penetration, baseline, no good, knocked away, Gardner denied. And now breaking out, it's Usher and the Rams.
It just brought a different philosophy and more patience than I've ever seen from the Glassboro team.
15 seconds, Usher kicks. Kinsey. 8 seconds, nice little look inside, another blown layup. And now Glassboro with plenty of time to convert. And Willis converts as time expires. And that's pretty much been the story of this first half. A missed layup and a converted lay-in by Glassboro. We head to break. It's the Bulldogs by 7. Welcome back. Gloucester Catholic High School, there you see it. Glassboro on top of the Rams of Gloucester Catholic, 25-18. Leading scores, Ashley Willis and Garrison Gardner and Rothmiller for the Rams. Azari, Corrado, and Shaughnessy, 3 players with 2. Azari not a surprise for the Rams, and for the Bulldogs, Sean, this is a team that we talked about before, very balanced.
Yeah, I mean, they can get scoring from just about any one of their 5 starters. In fact, if you look through the course of their games, they had a lot of different girls who led their team in points each night, and that's just a terrific balanced team. When you look at the field goal percentage in this game, Glassboro getting the better of Gloucester Catholic, who missed a number of layups in that first half. Free throws, Glassboro capitalized on their 1 chance. Gloucester Catholic 3 of 6. See the score there, the 7-point lead kind of tells you Gloucester Catholic in the first half struggled again a little bit on offense, but this is a team, Rob, that they can come out at halftime and hit a couple of shots from the outside and get right back into this thing. They have streaky shooters, and not only can they get back in the game, they're a team that can go on, and with the defense that they play, they can go on a 9, 10, 12-point run and change the deficit into their favor, in which they lead in the second half.
Well, Glassboro will start with possession.
And one thing you're going to get from a DACA coach team is, although you don't shoot well, as good a defense as they play every single game, every single year, they're always going to be in a game. They're never going to be too far out of it where they are not able to get some shots and get back into the game. That being said, Ashley Willis drains a 3-pointer. She's had a real nice game, both from the outside, also defensively, and we saw her right before the half go coast to coast.
13 points for Willis now. Azari will kick it out to Corrado. Jump shot, good, Corrado. Corrado with 5, getting back to Willis a pair of 3-pointers. And again, that speaks to the amount of depth. Many people talk about Shamira Rothmiller, but so much talent to go around for this Bulldogs team.
And Willis is a fantastic field hockey player during the fall season. The Bulldogs, one of the premier teams in South Jersey over the last few years. Gloria Byer doing a very fine job with Glassboro during the fall to make that field hockey team.
Corrado, good, 3.
Nice shot by Corrado.
Corrado heating things up, cuts the lead to 5, 28-23. Glassboro with just 2 3-point field goals tonight. Shaughnessy in the first quarter, and now Corrado in the third. Another 3, they're starting to launch them. And rebound, Glassboro. Glassboro has been the mantra all night long. That was a critical element of success for Gadaka. At this point, it has not happened for the Rams. Turnover here for Glassboro. They have 6 to the Rams 4.
It looked like Gardner changed their thought there and it developed into a turnover for Glassboro. Trying to work the ball into Azari.
Jump shot. Rebound Azari, and she's fouled. Azari will head to the free throw line. She is 0 for 2.
That's what they need from Azari, to be very aggressive inside the paint. And she came back during the Overbrook game, scored 9 points against Overbrook, Pensgrove, and Woodstown. And the season high of 12 points against Sacred Heart, that 46-33 loss in Gloucester Catholic's last game. You see the work done to her fingers, and that can't be good for a girl who wants to shoot the ball.
You know, so many elements here tonight, Sean, indicative of a Gloucester Catholic team. The hard-fought effort, crisp passing, but one thing that's atypical is the misses on the easy lay-ins and the free throw shooting. Rothmiller, a great play, tries to save. It's Corrado. Corrado dishes now, look inside for Azara, baby hook, good. Azari bounces back after the 2 misses from the free throws, 28-25.
When she's able to get the ball that low and be able to get the 1 bounce and shot up, she's very effective. There you see Rothmiller and her sweet little touch that able to drop for, and now a 5-point lead for Glassboro.
Shut down Rothmiller in that second quarter, but she's going to get hers. Gloucester Catholic again to Azari inside, and she's really mastered that baby hook.
Yep, she gets it in that deep. Forget about it, because she does have a nice touch. She's got the right hand free on that possession. So it's just 1 dribble. Gets it to go down. Gloucester Catholic can tie with a 3.
The Rams have worked their way back, 30-27. Continue to move the basketball. Nice defense by Gardner. Rothmiller picks it up and dishes to Willis. Willis penetrates inside, fouled, good. Willis at the line trying to make it 16.
Willis is going to get the points in the score sheet, but that was a terrific outlet pass by Shamira Rothmiller. What she does well is when she grabs a rebound, she immediately looks up for one of those guards and tries to get the break running. Both these teams like to push when possible, and you think of Glassboro, you think, well, they probably want to push every single possession. That's just not so with Wisniewski. Before half, I was ready to say something about Wisniewski and the job he's done here.
Azari again working against Rothmiller. Rothmiller pulls it down.
Chops.
No foul called. Here comes Gardner and the Bulldogs. Gardner will look to penetrate. Knocked away. It's Navone.
This team is really bought in to being patient. More patient than what it ever was. I mean, you thought a Glassboro team that's just going to push and kind of play sloppy at times. This squad does not do that. It's a different Glassboro team. And I think you got to give a lot of credit to Coach Wisniewski with this team's 8-2 record. And for him just slowing it down a little bit, running when possible, and when it will be effective instead of doing it all the time, and also playing a little sloppy. And that's what they did at times.
Shaughnessy way off the mark. 3:19 remains in this third quarter. Shaughnessy, the transfer from Clearview, has really improved her defensive game. And rebound Navone. So Gloucester Catholic continues to battle here. And Glassboro with the 6-point edge.
Navone's done a fair job on Rothmiller. She's a girl that they like to get the best offensive weapon either at the 4 or 5 spot and put Navone on that player because she's such a good defender.
Kinsey dishes from the top of the key, good. That's a 2-pointer, and that is Caitlin Sweeney. You know, Glassboro is allowing Gloucester Catholic to hang around, and that's dangerous stuff. Last year, Gloucester Catholic trailed by 18 against this team and came back and was victorious. But there you see Kendra Garrison, who poured in 6 in that first quarter, shutting down that momentum the Rams had. 2:30 left, 6-point edge. Bulldogs.
You see Sweeney. Now coming off the bench, she's led her team in scoring in 3 games so far this season. Leads her team in scoring. And that just shows you the type of offensive threat that she is coming off the bench. You're going to get Azeri back in the game. Sweeney went for 22 against Overbrook, 12 against Premsgrove, 14 against Woodstown earlier in the year, 16 against Kingsway.
Inside, easy lay and good. Loeffler with her first basket of the night, 35-31.
And you look at that touch from Rothmiller right on the outside. Again, Glassboro answering every time Gloucester Catholic is able to get a shot to fall. Glassboro has an answer to extend the lead back to 5-6 points. At this juncture, 6 points with 1:49 remaining.
Knocked away by Rothmiller. Rams basketball. Well, you mentioned that touch of Rothmiller. She is not merely an inside presence.
She could do a lot of things on the court for this Glassboro team. Just even her presence as a leader.
Jump shot is good, and the shots are starting to fall now for the Rams. Sweeney with a pair of jump shots, 37-33. Long jump shot is good, and Gardner answers right back. And every punch that the Rams throw, Glassboro throws a counter punch. Corrado shaking off the defense. It's Kinsey now. Kinsey will look to penetrate. Kinsey baseline, pulls up the dribble. We have a wall.
Good shutdown that time by Kendra Garrison. Garrison getting significant minutes. In fact, started the last 3 games as a freshman.
Look at the speed inside. First step from Stephanie Gardner. Drives right past her defender. Lead now at 8.
You look around, it's going to be hard to find 2 better sophomore in the tandem of Garrison and Gardner.
And this is a Glassboro team that's well conditioned. They're not very deep, so their starters typically will go most, if not all, of the way. This Glassboro team 8-2 on the season, a pair of 4-game win streaks, which sandwiched a 2-game losing streak. That 2-game losing streak coming against 2 quality opponents. Timber Creek in the final of the Christmas tournament at Gloucester County College, and Pittman with a surprise 45-44 victory. Beato leading the way for the Panthers. Baseline inside of 20 seconds. Corrado swings to Kinsey.
Remember this in the end of the second half, or end of the first half, excuse me, Gloucester Catholic missed a shot right about the same time, and Glassboro extended the lead.
Driving inside, no good. Azeri rebounds, and that will do it as we end things in the third quarter. Glassboro continues to lead the Rams of Gloucester Catholic. We head to break. Bulldogs by 8. Did I miss any baskets? Welcome back to Gloucester Catholic High School. The weather wreaking havoc with our facilities. Again, some technical difficulties. 44-36. Gloucester Catholic still trailing the Bulldogs by 8. And when we lost power, Sean, we were talking a little bit about Lisa Gadecka, a testament to her coaching ability. Every time they come out of a timeout, she designs a play that results in an easy lay-in. The only problem is the Rams have had a tough time converting those easy lay-ins.
Yeah, just a night where they're going to look back and say, boy, we had so many opportunities. I mean, last time these two teams played, it was the perimeter game that was really lacking. Now Gloucester Catholic can't buy one on the inside, and the opportunities are there. You're really remiss if you're not able, if you come, 4 points, 6-point loss, and look back at all those easy layups that you missed.
Number 3-point attempt, no good. Rebound, and here comes the Bulldogs with Stephanie Gardner. Willis, Rothmiller. Rothmiller will look to penetrate. Rothmiller, spin move, dishes. Great little play by Rothmiller as she attracts the defense and finds Garrison.
Give credit to Garrison as well, getting herself in a position to be open for that.
No call. Basket good. Loeffler with her 4th point.
If anything, I thought that would have been a blocking foul on Rothmiller. She stepped in just a second late. Gloucester Catholic going to get possession here, and down by 8 points with 2:31 left. Every possession, so important. This is where you'll see Lisa really start to instruct her team on some of the different sets that she'd like to see. Corrado's had the hot hand pretty much the entire game for Gloucester Catholic. I believe she leads the team in scoring in this game.
Corrado trying to break down the defense of Tierra Willis. Jazari. And she'll hand off, and a foul committed by Willis. And that's Willis's 4th foul. 2:14 left, and we'll see if Willis is subbed out. Kinsey, jump shot, rims out, rebound. And it's Tierra Willis who finds Stephanie Gardner. Gardner has had a nice game, a pair of threes, and 12 points on the night. Inside, knocked away by Azari.
This is another spot where slowing the game down a little bit will also help Glassboro. When you're used to push and push and push, and then you get up by 8, 10 points, it's real hard to slow down. It's hard for teams to be able to do that. They're not used to doing it.
Shot strong, rebound Rams, 1:50 left. Pull-up jump, knocked away. Nice block, but maintaining possession, and this Glassboro defense is now swarming. Ashley Willis takes it away.
Where we talked about Gloucester Catholic having to shoot well from the outside. That's a perfect example right there. You see the speed of Glassboro, being able to get back on defense and also get the quick hands in there for a block and then a steal.
Rothmiller hits the deuce, and Glassboro extends their lead now. 48-38, their largest lead of the night, 10, matching an earlier lead. Inside of a minute 10 remaining in this 4th quarter, Corrado throws one up, rebound, it's Azari who saves it. Again, the jump shot, and no good. And here come the Bulldogs. 48-38. Inside of 50 seconds remaining.
Well, yeah,
foul called, and it's going to be Corrado. Before we I'd be remiss if I did not mention this, Sean. Our director, Stan Ritter, has had an incredible year already this year. Game after game he has chosen has turned out to be a gem. This one, still a good game, but last week, the last 2 games we've done here, basketball-wise, have been unforgettable. And, of course, yesterday doing a wrestling match that saw the end of a 36-year streak. So hats off to Stan Ritter.
Guy can pick him. Glassboro graduate as well.
That's correct.
Back in 1953.
Well, Rothmiller fouls out here, her 5th foul. She ends up with 10 points. So still on her way to eclipsing the 1,000-point mark. And checking in for the Bulldogs, Stephanie Longley. 48-38. Azari inside, lays it up and in, and timeout call.
Wisniewski not at all happy with the officiating there. Still coaching with 35 seconds left, up by 8. Understands that, you know, a couple 3-pointers, you get a couple bounces to go the other way, and could make things interesting here. And he probably realizes, you know, Comcast is in the house. You know, what more can you expect in another overtime game? You got to be thinking there's a shot.
Glassboro, after tonight's game, will take on Woodbury, Woodstown, Pensgrove, Delsey. All of those, of course, in the Tri-County Conference. Then they'll go out of conference against a tough Pennsauken team, and then it's Wildwood, who has a rich basketball tradition. Salem, Buna, Overbrook, Shallack, Gloucester, Pennsville, and Highland. So your schedule probably not as tough as Gloucester Catholic, but I tell you what, that young lady, Shamira Rothmiller, and the rest of these Bulldogs are going to have a lot to say when it's all said and done.
Again, I think Rothmiller is a terrific leader for this group. Just the way she handles herself. And I always say, you know, to be a championship caliber team, you need that leader. And that leader really would do stuff during the practices. There's some pushing going on right now with Corrado and Willis.
Down to 30 seconds remaining, and Gloucester Catholic continues to apply pressure in the backcourt. Maybe a case of a little too late here. Knocked away, a couple seconds, actually 1 second off the clock again. Down to 29. And here's Gardner. Gardner with that great speed, and she is fouled. Sliding into the Gloucester Catholic bench.
It's become very physical here in these last 2 possessions for Glassboro.
Well, Glassboro with 17 fouls, but Gloucester Catholic with just 4, so they have a couple to give. And another foul called here. And that foul is going to go against McNamara. .48-40, 23 seconds. And here's Gardner. Gardner on her way to an easy lay, and she's back. A hard foul by Dominica Navone. It'll send Gardner to the free throw line. The Bulldogs have made their only 2 attempts, each of those coming from Ashley Willis. Gardner, her first time to the line. And we mentioned before the importance of free throw shooting. 2 for 2 versus 6 for 12. .13 points now for Gardner. And she'll look to put the Bulldogs on top once again by double digits.
Yeah, I think you mentioned this comment earlier, Robin. Who do you D up on this Glassboro team? You got Rothmiller, you got Gardner, Garrison, and Willis.
Good rotation and a 3-pointer by Kinsey. Rams call another timeout, so they're continuing to scratch and claw, trail by 7 with just 13 ticks left.
Very difficult to match up against this Glassboro team. And you look at even Tiara Willis, who Coach Wisniewski was quick to point out, has done a nice job. She had 16 against Woodstown, reached double digits against Kingsway and Timber Creek and Clayton. So, you look at the big 4 for Glassboro, the names that kind of stand out, but Tiara Willis shouldn't get lost among those starters.
Inbound, it's Gardner. Gardner across the timeline inside of 10 seconds. Gardner has it knocked away, and it will be Glassboro basketball with 8 ticks.
And Gloucester Catholic's not going to foul now. But they will
Taken
take
away
the ball
by Navone. She's on the
Glassboro will
floor,
foul.
and a foul called here. 5 seconds left, and that's not what you want
No.
to see if you're Glassboro. That stops the clock, and Glassboro in the penalty.
You know, Wisniewski's got to use that to his ability right now. You make a foul, and that's a bad play with a 7-point lead. But now, I mean, you could really teach that. So look, you know, he fouled back there with 5 seconds left. It puts them to the line, gives them a chance to get points. You stop the clock, then they could, you know, set up the press again. 7-point lead, 5 seconds left, probably won't hurt you. But that's a way to really teach your kids for down the line when the postseason comes. Hey, if that's a 4-point game or a 5-point game, you got to realize 5 seconds. You know, let them try to move the ball down court.
Navone hits. She's 3 for 3 from the line. All of her points coming from the free throw line. 5 seconds left, and she'll try to make it a 5-point game. She does. Here's trouble inside. Navone misses the lay-in. Knocked away, ball out of bounds. 1 second left. A good opportunity as Gloucester Catholic could have made it a one-possession game. 1 second left. And unless it's a 5-point play, this ball game's over. And Corrado will throw up the three, in and out, and that'll do it. Well, Gloucester Catholic fights their way back, but it's all for naught as Glassboro
Fix that.
comes away with a 50-45 Diamond Division victory. Stick around, post-game interviews, and a wrap in a moment. Welcome back to Lucid Hall on the campus of Gloucester Catholic High School. Rob Christ here with winning head coach Rick Wisniewski. And 50-45, the victory. Glassboro sweeping Gloucester Catholic this season. It's been a long time since Glassboro has swept Gloucester Catholic. In fact, long before you said that you've been here. What does that mean to this basketball program?
I think it really means that, Glassboro is back where it should be. I think we have a nice tradition of basketball players, and hopefully this is the start of something big.
Probably more importantly, this win means that you've catapulted yourself to a 2-point edge over this Gloucester Catholic basketball. I mean, a lot has to go wrong for you not to win the Diamond Division this year. Again, talk about the various goals that you had as a team. Certainly that had to be one of them. Absolutely.
I mean, coming into the season, not making the playoffs last season, a goal was just to get in the playoffs. Once we saw the team chemistry we had, then definitely the next goal was win the Diamond Division. With a team like Gloucester Catholic in the Diamond, it's always hard. So to beat a team this quality, we're excited.
One of the things that we come away impressed with as broadcasters is the diversity of your team. Truly a lot of talent, a lot of athleticism. How, as a coach, do you maximize the ability of 5 ladies who perhaps on various teams could be the premier player?
Oh, yeah, absolutely right. I mean, last year we relied a lot on Shamira and Ashley. This year, Stephanie has stepped up big, Kendra stepped up big, Tira has stepped up big. With one basketball on the floor, they had to buy into the team aspect. Shamira might not score her 18, 20 points a game anymore, but she's happy scoring 4 as long as the team wins. And that's big. That's a big concept for them to accept. And when you get 5 athletes like we have to buy into that, we're tough to beat.
Well, you certainly are tough to beat. Of course, improving your mark now to 9-2, a 5-game win streak. Of course, it's time to maybe start thinking about the playoffs because although it's not quite around the corner, you guys will certainly be there. When you talk to your team about, your various goals, have you mentioned the playoffs at this point?
Absolutely. I mean, we knew that magic number 8 wins was going to be big for us. But now that we're in, now we have work to do. We have a lot of stuff to work on. Because once you get in the playoffs, everybody's as good, if not better than you. So we kind of have to step up our game, make sure everybody stays healthy, in shape, and then once we get there, hopefully things go our way.
Well, congratulations again. Our own Sean Leary with a couple players of the game.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
We have hope we're going to bring in Shamira Rothmiller. Have 2 players of the game, but we have Ashley Willis, who knows a little bit, first off, of what championship play is like. 3 consecutive championships in field hockey. How does that translate to basketball? Are you able to bring that type of attitude? You're the only starter that plays on that field hockey team, but you know what it takes to be a South Jersey champion. Does that, you carry that leadership over?
Most definitely. I like being a leader. Like, it's fun. Like, it's all about fun, trying to win. Good, clean fun.
You have a couple of young players, the sophomores, starting or playing significant minutes as freshmen. How have you seen those two really develop and become such a balanced team because of those young players improving like they have?
We get young, good players just keep coming up every year. Like, if somebody leaves, we got somebody good coming up. So we try to work with them as much as we can.
How difficult do you think it is for a team to defend you guys? Because somebody can drop 15, 20 on any given night. There's a lot of us, even in Natiera, who probably doesn't give as much credit as she deserves. All 5 of the starters can drop a lot of points.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty tough trying to guard us. Everybody can score. Everybody has good defense, good offense. We really balance. When we play like a team, ain't nobody stop us.
Coach has kind of slowed this program down a little bit. You guys don't press as much as you used to. Don't go out on the break as much as you used to. Don't give up as many easy baskets as well. How difficult has that been for a team with such tremendous athletic talent as you guys to kind of slow it down at times?
It's kind of a high-paced game. We're used to that, but it helps us slow it down a lot. We get to think more, not just always in transition.
Well, congratulations to you again, and we'll be looking for more things from you in basketball. We already know what you can do in field hockey, and we'll be joined by Shamir Rothmiller, who pretty good at basketball, not too bad at the shot and the discus as well. Yeah. This was a good game for you guys to come out to see really how the team has grown from the first game of the year. Definitely. Coming in, you knew Gloucester Catholic was going to try to get a little bit of revenge. Was this a game that you guys a little bit more hyped up?
Yeah, we definitely, because I keep saying this in the beginning of the season. I remember picking up the pregame season of the Gloucester County Times and said games to watch. It said Glassboro vs. Pennsgrove. This should be a good game to see who could be a contender for the Tri-County Diamond Division for the the championship. And just basically said Gloucester Catholic's #1 and Glassboro and Pennsgrove is going to be fighting for #2. And for us to come out and win both of our games versus them speaks a lot about how our team has grown over the years and how we just came together and learned to play as a team.
How difficult do you think it is? I asked the same thing to Ashley. How difficult is it for a team to defend you guys? Because there has been, look at Natiera, what she's done. Gardner's really blossomed. We knew Garrison was going to be a player as well. And you mix used to two guys. That's a very difficult starting 5 to try and defend, right?
It is. People don't. I always say, we're all capable of doing anything on any given night. So we've learned, to be able to just, if you're not on one night, let the other person do it, So that's what we've been doing. And being so our whole starting 5 is capable of scoring, can shoot a jumper inside, got inside game, it's a threat because you have to be able to guard every aspect of the game.
Well, congratulations to you, Shamir. We'll be seeing you soon. If not now, we'll see you in the spring for sure. Best of luck. You could just tell that girl, she just knows the game so much. She's a terrific kid, a terrific leader, and an outstanding athlete. Basketball, she's good. Track, she is phenomenal. You look at this team, they are a very well-balanced team that can fill it up, but I just love the way they're playing defense right now, and I have to give a lot of credit to the coach. He has done a fantastic job of changing, and even though they do like to push it, and they do like to get it out in transition, they were sloppy before. They're not sloppy anymore.
I think you make a great point because Coach Wozneski has really done a tremendous job, and it really underscores the importance of coaching. So many times we've seen this Glassboro program have a lot of talented athletes and some solid basketball players and really not enjoy the success that they are having this year. This is not a Glassboro team that is exceptionally deep by any stretch of the imagination. Despite that, they are making the most of their talents within a balanced, disciplined system and, of course, enjoying quite a year.
Yeah, that's right. That's one of the things. Without the depth, if you're pushing too hard, end of the game, you're going to get a little bit tired. They've slowed things down, allowed those athletes to just get their juice when they need it to. Get a little giddy up on a transition or a break. Slow it down when you need to and really extend the game a little. when you're pushing it, more turnovers, extending your defense, playing a little bit harder. And also what you're doing is just getting girls a little bit more tired. I think it's just a terrific move by the coach, and this is a pretty good team.
On the other side of the coin, Gloucester Catholic, this is a program, it seems that no matter what the sport is, they're always scrappy. Tonight was a great indication of that. But that coupled with Lisa Gadaka, who I have a tremendous amount of respect for as a coach, you know, there's a lot to be said for this basketball team and where they may go. Now, their big hurdle is whether they will make the playoffs. I mean, they have stacked their schedule up with some very difficult opponents, and they may not get there. But if they do, watch out.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, they're playoff tested. You look at all the teams that they faced, and we mentioned them. I mean, they're some of the top teams in South Jersey. Then you get into that playoff system, that playoff format, boy, you have that extra bit of confidence to say, listen, we played with everybody. We now can play with these teams, even though some of them teams are some of the best teams in South Jersey. They still have that confidence, knowing that they could play with anybody, keep it in the game, and some of the teams they may have already seen. So, you know, Lisa does a great job of scheduling, gets her team ready for the division. And don't ever cross out a Gloucester Catholic team, because as the season goes, they're going to continue to improve. It's a team that knows fundamentals, knows winning basketball, and a terrific head coach.
Well, for Glassboro, some impressive accomplishments tonight. Of course, they sweep Gloucester Catholic. That hasn't happened in quite some time. And more importantly, a 2-point edge over the Rams. For all intents and purposes, Glassboro has all but clinched this division. A big accomplishment for this Bulldogs program. Keep an eye on them as the playoffs evolve. Your final score from Lucid Hall on the campus of Gloucester Catholic, 50-45. The Bulldogs over the Rams. For my partner, Sean Leary, my stat man, Mike DeChico, my director, Stan Ritter, and all the crew, I'm Rob Christ. Thanks for joining us. Good night, everybody.